September 28th, daylight. The monsters have overtaken the city. Somehow, I'm still alive.
Hey guys, what's up? Welcome, as promised, to my special video for Día de Muertos, a pretty famous Mexican celebration nowadays. And today I wanted to share with you my 5 personal favorite horror games. Yeah, so this is gonna get ugly, this is gonna get horrible and terrifying. Let's begin! Number 5. Parasite Eve. The first time in my life I played this game, I didn't understand what was going on. I had played RPGs and survival horror games before, but never a game that mixed both genres. And in Parasite Eve's case, it was done well. I gotta say though that I played the second one first. It wasn't until several years later that I got my hands on this one and enjoyed the heck out of it. So the second Parasite Eve turned me down because it wasn't that good for my tastes, so I had zero expectations when I played the first one. But after I decided to give it a chance, I was convinced it was one of the best decisions I have made in my entire gaming life. I love the story, I love the game's mechanics, I love the heroine, I love the music. Good memories. You know, that legendary scene with the rat was so disturbing that I couldn't stop thinking about it for a while. So it was an amazing and also horrifying experience that I will never ever forget. Number 4. Little Nightmares. This game was released for the PS4, the Xbox One, Nintendo Switch, and PC. It is an environmental puzzle with survival horror and platforming elements. The game puts you in the shoes of Six, a little girl wearing a small yellow raincoat whose goal is actually unknown. Just like games such as Limbo or Inside, it's a game with no apparent plot and no understanding of the story whatsoever, or even the point, until you keep playing it over and over again. Little by little you realize you're in a really disturbing place that involves all sorts of unimaginable horrors. And that's all I'm gonna say about it, because simply explaining what the game is about is literally a spoiler. It's a game made by a Sweden company that went under a lot of people's radars, even though it was released for everything, having also a series of comic books, and apparently there's also a television series coming up, so I hope all that helps up to the success of this amazing masterpiece. Number 3. Resident Evil 3 Nemesis. This game needs no introduction. Everybody knows it and millions of gamers grew up with it, including me. It was the very first Resident Evil I played in my life, later becoming a huge fan of the series. I mean, who doesn't remember the fragile Jill Valentine holding a machine gun, running around an entirely ruined and devastated city full of zombies? The first 2 Resident Evil games were awesome and I love them as well, but this one took the franchise into an extremely tense gameplay experience that almost gave me a heart attack. And of course, we all know why. We know very well who's to blame for breaking our nerves to the point you needed to just stop to take a deep breath. This asshole. This legendary creature that's chasing you the entire damn game, often putting you in really stressful situations that you probably will never forget. Resident Evil Nemesis is one of the best survival horror games in the history of gaming, and a terrifying experience that will be forever engraved upon my heart and that of many, many others out there. Number 2. Silent Hill. When I got my first PlayStation, it came with a huge variety of games, including Resident Evil Nemesis and Silent Hill. I first played Nemesis because I knew about it from friends who had recommended it to me before, but Silent Hill, I knew absolutely nothing. It looked like a horror game, and I was certainly expecting it to be similar to Resident Evil or Dino Crisis. Never would have I expected to be playing with a simple father looking for his lost daughter in a deserted city full of mist and horrendous creatures that looked as if they had come directly from hell. To make matters worse, it had a lot of underworld demonic features that I had never seen before in a video game. But we all know that. Everybody knows this game, and there's nothing to say about it that hasn't been said already. I'm just here to praise it even more and to tell how horrifying my experience was, that it literally became an obsession until I finished the game after several days of terror and stressful nightmares. Number 1. Hunting Ground. But my favorite, although not superior to those two previous classics for the PlayStation, will forever be Hunting Ground. A game that is considered as a spiritual successor to famous Clock Tower series. It's originally called Demento, and it revolves around a girl found in a tragic accident that suddenly wakes up in a mysteriously huge mansion with no apparent escape. The gameplay mechanics derive from several different antagonists that are chasing you the entire game, one by one, also similar to Resident Evil Nemesis or Clock Tower. These stalkers can often make Fiona's survival horror adventure a complete nightmare, since there's barely any weapons out there in the entire game. That's when Huey comes around, a white shepherd dog that you can control by giving him commands to attack these stalkers. You know, this is an RPG channel, and I feel like I've talked about this game a million times before. It's an excellent horror game with mechanics that are just so unique and original that I got so obsessed with it. There's a whole lot to say about it, like how the sexualization of the character was done on purpose to create a more tense or rather stressful experience on trying to protect her and get her out of danger. Or how her relationship with the dog creates the perfect bond between the player and the characters, as if you were actually there trying to help them out of trouble. To me, this game is a masterpiece, the best survival horror game of all time, and of course, a personal favorite. That's it, guys. That's my list. Don't forget to share your own in the comment section below. What are your favorite survival horror games, or just simply horror games? They don't have to be survival, and all that stuff. Thanks for watching. Don't forget to subscribe and share this video with your friends. See you next time.